Hey everybody! Welcome to this A2 English listening practice video. You can use this video to practice your listening and comprehension as I speak. Today we are going to talk about the Cold War. After World War II, the United States and the Soviet Union were the superpowers of the world. They became enemies because they both wanted to stop the other from getting too strong. The time of conflict between them became known as the Cold War. Although the conflict didn't lead to a real war between the two countries, it led to many smaller wars. Chapter 1. Why did the Cold War begin? During World War II, the Soviet Union helped many Eastern European countries break free from Nazi Germany. After the war, however, the Soviet Union continued to control the countries and made them follow its own communist system. The United States didn't want communism to go to other European countries. So, the United States gave money to those countries to help them rebuild after the war. This was called the Marshall Plan, after George Marshall, the American who proposed the plan. Chapter 2. Alliances. In 1949, the United States and its European allies formed the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, to protect each in case of attack. The Soviet Union and its Eastern European allies formed their own alliance, the Warsaw Pact, in 1955. Chapter 3. Events of the Cold War. Two big problems during the Cold War happened in the German city of Berlin. At the end of World War II, the city, as well as the country, was divided into 4 zones, with the United States, Britain, France, and the Soviet Union each controlling one of the sectors. In 1948, the 3 Western powers said they would join their zones together. The Soviet Union then cut off road and rail supply roads to the city, which was completely within the Soviet part of Germany. In response, the United States and Britain delivered supplies by airplane. This was the Berlin Airlift. The Soviet Union ended its blockade on May 12, 1949. In the years after that, many people in East Berlin moved to West Berlin to escape control by the Soviet Union. In 1961, the East German government tried to stop this movement by building a wall around West Berlin. The Berlin Wall became a symbol of the Cold War. The Cold War soon reached other parts of the world, not just Europe. The Soviet Union helped countries around the world that had governments following communism. At the same time, the United States worked to stop communism from spreading more. Both the Korean War in the 1950s and the Vietnam War in the 1960s and 70s were part of Cold War. Other battles took place in the countries of the Western Hemisphere. In 1959, Fidel Castro created a government in Cuba that was based on communism. In 1962, when the United States saw nuclear missiles in Cuba, they stopped sending supplies to the island. After several tense days of the Cuban Missile Crisis, the Soviet Union agreed to remove the weapons. Chapter 4. End of the Cold War. In the 1970s, the United States and the Soviet Union signed agreements to limit the number of nuclear weapons that they each had. Other changes took place when Mikhail Gorbachev took power in the Soviet Union in 1985. He tried to reorganize the economic system and supported open discussion. The Berlin Wall was removed in 1989. The Warsaw Pact ended in July 1991, and in the same year the Soviet Union split into 15 different countries. Communist rule ended in many countries, bringing an end to the Cold War. All right, that's all for today. Leave a comment and tell me what story would you like to hear next time. See you soon.